Hi friends! Happy Saturday and welcome to a new Cloud Chases Colors video. Today I'm sharing an amazing day trip destination from Guadalajara and I really think you're going to like it. This delightful small town is not only one of the most colorful we visited in Mexico, but also worldwide famous for holding a Guinness Book record. Stick around to find out what to see, what to do, and where to eat if you plan a visit. Just 90 kilometers west of Guadalajara lies the beautiful and charming small town of Etzatlan. Its narrow cobblestone streets are covered with thousands of kneaded hexagons, giving the impression that you're walking under a magical, colorful sky. This artwork was created over the span of 6 months by the Cielo Tejido Collective, a community of over 150 women who came together under the guidance of Lorena Aron and her 90-year-old mother Paloma. The group emerged in 2015 when the two women decided to start a knitting workshop with the purpose of designing something special to decorate the town for its patron saint annual celebration. At first, the collective experimented with decorating just a few trees in the town center and later got inspired by the suspended umbrella canopy in Tlaquepaque to cover larger areas. In 2020, their work was exhibited at the Dubai Art Expo and it achieved a Guinness Book record for being the largest fabric pavilion in the world with a size of almost 3,000 square meters. In 2022, they beat their own record with the newest woven sky installation measuring more than 8,000 square meters. If you'd like to see and admire its beauty, make sure you plan a visit to Etzatlan before the end of May when it's scheduled to be taken down. Now, as usual, here's a recap of the things we got to do and that we recommend you check out as well if you visit Etzatlan. Of course, first and foremost, make sure you explore the town's historical center. Here you'll get to see one of the oldest kiosks in all of Jalisco, a lot of beautiful colonial buildings, and various stores and restaurants nicely blending into the traditional architecture as all of the signage and brand names are painted in the same style in an effort to preserve their historical appearance. Also, if you arrive early, you can grab a delicious breakfast or snack at one of the many food booths on the side of the main square. Some of the buildings you shouldn't miss here are the City Hall, the Immaculate Conception Parish, and the Immaculate Conception Sanctuary. The City Hall is actually a building with local and national historical relevance as it was built for military purposes at the beginning of the 19th century to be the headquarters of José María Mercado, a remarkable parish priest, judge, and military officer of the region who actively participated in the Mexican War of Independence along with priest Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla and ultimately proclaimed independence in Jalisco and the surrounding areas. The Immaculate Conception Parish is also very important. It was built and inaugurated in the 16th century as one of the first Franciscan convent parishes of Nueva Galicia, and a very large number of bishops with great contributions to the Catholic faith graduated from here. Unfortunately, it was closed when we visited, so we weren't able to see it on the inside, but I learned that it hosts a monolithic baptismal font that was carved by Etzatlan indigenous people and dates back to 1541, as well as a library containing an impressive number of Catholic texts in Latin. It is currently the largest parish and one of the most important ones in the deanery of this region. The next building you should consider visiting is La Casa de la Cultura, the House of Culture. This is a municipal government building and it was built in 2006 with the purpose of fostering and promoting local culture. Despite being a relatively new construction, its design actually emulates some of the old local mansions, which I think is great because it gives us a good idea of how these wonderful and historical local buildings look like on the inside. Additionally, this property houses the municipal library, an auditorium, and various educational classrooms, as well as the interesting Wahicar Museum. Here you'll get to see a collection of archaeological objects pertaining to the ancient west of Mexico, such as figurines, ornaments, tools, vessels, etc. But also, you guys, a representation of the highest shaft tomb recorded to date, and that is the shaft tomb located in the town of Santa Rosalia, with a shaft of approximately 16 meters and 3 chambers excavated in rock, where archaeological objects and human remains were found dating back to, hear this, 350 BC. I mean, honestly, this is one of the main reasons why travel is so amazing. You just never stop learning about the world and its history. All right, friends, now let's talk food quickly because we did take a lunch break, and then I'll show you what else we visited. In just a few words, this restaurant by the name of Casa Don Luis completely blew me away. I mean, not only were the food and service outstanding, but just take a look at the location and the views of this place. And I won't even say anything else because what's even the point? I'll let you decide if you want to come dine here. They specialize in grilled seafood and steak, and it may seem far from the town in these cliffs, but it's actually not. It's just about 10-minute drive up the hill. Okay, and now I'm hungry, obviously. So let's try to wrap the video up, but not before I tell you guys about the Etzatlan Old Train Station and the Ocomo Archaeological Site. In all honesty, we had a longer list of things we wanted to do, but one day just wasn't enough to cover everything as it turned out. So I'm afraid you'll have to research the rest on your own and decide what's a better fit for you. By the way, I shared a map of the town with all points of interest on Patreon if you're interested. And now, let me tell you about Etzatlan's historic train station. In the late 19th century, a railway route was inaugurated belonging to the old Central Mexican Railway that connected Guadalajara with the town of Ameca. A few years later, more stations were added to it, and Etzatlan was one of them. Initially, the network was used to exclusively transport minerals extracted from the region's mines, but to make the system more profitable, it was then extended to transport passengers as well. These types of trips were usually to and from the city of Guadalajara, and it used to take about 4 hours to get from Etzatlan to the city. In 1968, in the heat of the Mexican labor movement, a general strike was called, and it eventually led to the service being permanently discontinued. Since then, the former Etzatlan railway station is one of the very few in the country to exist in good condition, thanks to the local rehabilitation efforts. It is now known as El Centro Cultural La Estación, and it houses the Mining Museum, which wasn't open when we visited despite being there within visiting hours, but maybe you have more luck. The station is also part of the Vías Verdes Intermunicipal Cyclist Project and the Cultural Routes Project, which creates spaces for pedestrians, cyclists, and visitors in abandoned railway lines, which I thought was very cool and unique. Okay, one last place I'd like to share and recommend is Palacio Ocomo, an archaeological site located about 10 kilometers from Etzatlan in the small town of Oconawa. This site belonged to the Griot tradition, which inhabited this settlement from 400 to 900 AD, and it stretches over 400 hectares. The main structure, called Tecpan or Palace, is a sunken patio of massive proportions surrounded by terraces and an elite housing unit. Around the site, stoves, figurines, tools, and ornaments were found that allowed archaeologists to obtain a great deal of information about the way of life of the pre-Hispanic civilizations in this region. This palace is the largest of its kind and the most visible in the entire country. It is considered an architectural jewel of the post-classical ancient Mexico. Today, the Ocomo Palace is still in the process of research and restoration, but the area can be visited to learn about the work that is being carried out from the on-site archaeologists. The guided tour is free and it took about 45 minutes. Okay, friends, this was our experience in Etzatlan. I hope it inspires you to visit as well. We definitely learned a lot here and enjoyed every minute of it. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please do not hesitate to let us know, or feel free to suggest anything else you'd like to see on the channel. Huge thank you for all the nice comments and all new subscribers. We see and appreciate every single one of you. Till next time, stay adventurous, have fun, and keep chasing colors.